What's up, what's up?
Hello!
It's chapter 21. The game. Are you game?
I'm game.
For the game?
Are you game?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hands in.
Sports on 3. 1, 2, 3, sports! The happy couple is driving Bella back home.
Who is waiting for her at her house but Jacob and Billy Black? Billy's just sitting there like, you know, it's safe to be at Charlie's house. There's probably not going to be any vampires around.
Yeah, that was a one-time thing.
This is neutral territory. And then he's like, a car's pulling up. Looks like it's Charlie. Who?
A cold one!
No!
Vampire! He mine shouts no, and then mine moans. No, not a cold one. This isn't like popping open a cold one as in a beer. This is like a cold one.
It's like, oh my god, it's like one cold one. And it sucks.
Literally.
Oh, nice.
And then Jacob's like, oh, hey, Bella. And he's like, oh, she's with that guy again. She must have a boyfriend.
She's got a boyfriend now.
Dang.
Rats.
How can I compete with that? He's got amazing tasting cars.
Man, look at his car. Look at that semi-splitter.
Billy refers to Edward as an it. Not cool. Okay.
If you don't know his pronouns, you can just say they, them.
Edward wants to tower over Billy and hiss at him, but he's like, no, I can't do that. As much as I would have loved to get out of the truck and stalk up to the helpless duo, to lean over them, intimidating, to bare my teeth and snarl a warning in a voice that would sound anything but human, I knew it was a bad idea.
I've got a bad idea.
Carlisle wouldn't like it. Carlisle's like, no hissing in this house.
Carlisle has a strict no hissing policy.
Yeah, we're fully docile, no feralism anywhere around here. Thank you.
Not even a little bit, not even like a, no, bad. Get back, get back, get away. Edward wants so badly to just go up to Billy and be like,
welcome back, Billy Black.
I know you have heard the legends, they're all true. No hissing, no hissing.
He's like, fine, whatever.
Bella sees the hostility between the Blacks and her boyfriend and is like, okay, let me handle this. And then Edward's like, that's probably best, I agreed. Be careful though, the child has no idea. She's like, Jacob is not much younger than I am.
Yeah, and then Edward's like, I am a predator.
I'm the world's best predator.
Oh no, I like children now. Edward shrugs it off. He's like, oh, I know, I teased. I didn't mean that.
No.
Edward wants to make Billy mad, so he kisses Bella on the throat because vampires bite throats, right? And all he can hear is Bella's heart thudding and Billy's mind going, ah! Oral assault.
Meanwhile, he's giving Bella's neck an oral assault. Essentially, Billy's goal here is to tell Charlie, but like he's gonna break the treaty without breaking the treaty. Not having already known that Jacob broke the treaty so many chapters ago, but Bella showed up first and foiled it. Edward is hovering just far enough away so that he won't be detected by them, but he can hear everything that's going down in the house and also still read Billy's mind. So they get to the kitchen. Bella's being icy. Billy dismisses Jacob really quick so we can talk to Bella in private. Jake, why don't you go get that new picture of Rebecca out of the car? I'll leave that for Charlie too.
Like Charlie would want a photo of Billy's daughter.
Yeah, who gives a shit? And Jacob is like, fine. Goes out to the car and now it's just Billy and Bella in the kitchen.
The showdown.
Boom.
Bella's real sneaky. Billy's like, fishing again? Charlie? Down at the usual spot? Maybe I'll run by and see him. And Bella's like, no, he was headed someplace new, but I have no idea where. Got him.
Yeah, he's not there. I don't know where he is, but he's not there.
He's definitely not there.
Definitely not.
If he went fishing, he specifically was like, I'm never going to my old fishing hole again. I hated the last time I was there. The fish weren't biting, and I'm never going back.
Hey, Bells, head now. Not going to the usual place. Don't even get me started.
Not going to the usual place. Not telling you where I'm going.
Convincing lie.
I'm out. What's this? She doesn't want me to see Charlie? She couldn't know why I need to warn him. Oh, she knows.
Oh, she knows. He starts out by going, Bella, Charlie is one of my best friends. And Bella's like, yes! I noticed you've been spending time with the Cullens. Maybe it's none of my business, but I don't think that's such a good idea. And she goes, you're right.
You're right.
It is none of your business.
Bella is like, okay, well, I don't care. I know they're vampires. But she says this all with her tea eyes. And Billy's like, she knows? She knows how! And how could she? She couldn't. She can't know the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help her God.
You seem well informed about the Cullens. More informed than I expected. Is Charlie as well informed as you are? Bella's like, well, Charlie likes the Cullens a lot, which reveals to Billy, like, oh, Charlie has no idea. And obviously not. Literally last night was like, she's not dating anyone. She just told me.
Bella is shutting Billy down, and Billy's like, the girl looks like a lawyer. And what? Okay, Miss Erin Brockovich over here, like, what? Your Honor, I enter Exhibit A into evidence.
I object.
Yeah, everybody give your best lawyer face.
You better work.
Billy is like, all right, I guess I'ma head out. Charlie's not coming back. It looks like the situation's a little different than I thought it was, and we need to go home and regroup. He's suddenly from New York.
He's like, you be careful, Bella. And she's like, yeah, sure, bye. Get the out of my house. You don't know about okay?
She's like, I rest my case.
Bye.
So they head Edward chases Billy and Jacob back to the resi. Edward's reading Billy's mind, and Billy is remembering when the Cullens announced their return to Forks 2 years ago. Carlisle's like, okay, time to find out who's still alive on the resi that would know about the treaty. Let's Google. And he gets in touch with a genealogist who is happy to give out personal information over the phone to total strangers. She's like, yeah, you're definitely his cousin. Here you go, thanks for calling. Apparently, Billy was teaching Jacob how to whittle a sea lion out of madrona wood when the phone rang. And Stephenie Meyer's like, what are Pacific Northwest things? Sea lions, madrona trees, research done.
She's from there, she knows.
Billy answers the phone. Hello? Hello, is this Billy Black? He didn't recognize the voice, but there was something sharp and clear about it that put him back for some reason. He's like, ugly voice.
Ew.
Yeah. Yes, this is Billy. Who's asking?
My name is Carlisle Cullen, the soft yet piercing voice told Billy, and it felt like the floor was falling out from under him. For a wild second, he thought he was having a nightmare. Carlisle says, does my name mean anything to you? Billy
Does my name mean anything to you?
Have you, never heard of me? Like, I'm supposed to be famous down there.
Legendary is what I heard.
I heard I was a literal legend, okay? Billy had struggled to find his own voice. Yes, he finally rasped.
He thought he heard a faint sigh. Carlisle's like, okay, good, he does know me. Thank God, my reputation precedes me. Carlisle is like, we're coming back, and he's like, you're gonna need a pen. And Billy's like, oh shit, I don't have a pen. He grabs a Sharpie and writes on his arm like a high school girl getting a phone number in high school.
Yeah, high school girls, don't get your phone numbers from anyone else. Unless they're like 104 and died of the Spanish flu.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
different.
You can
That's
think about it
different.
then.
Maybe.
Carlisle gives them coordinates instead of an actual address because extra. Billy's like, so how many are there? And Carlisle's like, yeah, I know that we said there were 5, but there's actually 7.
Like,
and
we
Billy's,
got 2 new ones.
Yeah.
So now there's 7.
yeah, I hope that's not a problem. And Billy's like, what? But last year there were only 5!
How many are there?
36. Counted them myself.
36! But last year I had 37!
Disaster.
Disaster.
Very slowly and deliberately, Billy hangs up the phone.
Edward loses them at the treaty line and just runs back home across the freeway. And on the way back, he runs into Rosalie in her red Bimmer. It rounded the curb and screeched to a stop. Edward waves half-heartedly. Hey.
So she's like, I'm not going to baseball because I can't not be a Edward's like, well, it would be nice if you would come and like, you can still be a but can you just please
Can you
come?
just, like, come?
Rosie's like, fine, I get to pick the teams, but I want my super giant and ripped husband and Jasper. Human Xanax.
Yeah.
I need someone to mood me nice because otherwise I can't be nice.
Right.
And she's
Yeah.
like, ugh, fine. And
Fine.
then 0s to 60s backward because she wants to show off in our red Bimmer. Okay, fine. You reverse.
Bye. They get back to the house. Emmett's watching sports. He's watching 4 different baseball games at once to prepare. Emmett discovers that Edward got Rosalie to come to baseball, and he's like, you talked Rose into playing? I owe you one. And he's like, nice, bro, my girl's gonna be there? Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, bruh. Hook a bro up. I love seeing Rosalie in her baseball outfit.
Her baseball outfit.
God, she looks so good.
My girl, she's a knockout. She's a home run.
She's a grand slam.
Yeah.
Baseball.
So Edward's like, oh, so you do owe me one. You have to be on your best behavior for Bella tonight, okay? And Emmett's like, okay. And like, that's your favor?
Such a bad favor.
Like, wasn't that just expected regardless?
Yeah. Like, just common human decency is...
That's your favor?
Yeah.
Lame. Waste of a favor. Jasper is nowhere to be found because he is hunting in anticipation of the night. So he's just breaking the neck of every deer in a 500-mile radius.
Just gorging himself. I wonder if Jasper can, like, mood himself not to feel, like, overly full. You know?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Well, we know that he's more susceptible to thirst because he can feel everyone else's thirst.
Oh.
So I don't know if he can control his own emotions the way he can others, but that's why he has such a hard time. Sad.
Also, he's killed a lot of people.
So many people. Edward did run home across the freeway in the soaking rain, and so he walks into the house dripping on the floor, and Esme rounds the corner like... the home.
And Carla's like, we don't hiss, Esme.
She's like,
yes, darling. Edward wants to seem like a very responsible boyfriend, so he wears the raincoat to prove that he understands how weather works.
because he's going to meet Bella's dad, so he wants to dress up nice.
I will protect your daughter like this rain slicker's protecting me.
Yeah.
Metaphor for our love.
He's about to head out and pick up Bella, and he's like, hey, Emmett, can I borrow your Jeep? And Emmett's like, sure. But now you owe me a favor. And Edward, why didn't you just ask for the Jeep as your first favor?
Come on, man. Emmett's got the most ridiculous Jeep.
He's going to pick Jella up in the Jeep.
Going to pick up Jella for our James J in the ridiculous J.
For the Jace ball, James.
In his Jane coat. He rolls up to Bella's house and Charlie's interrogating her. He's like, literally yesterday you told me you didn't like any of the boys in town. And Bella's like, he doesn't even live in town, okay? And he's not a boy, he's an adult man.
He should be dead, actually.
Yeah.
He died a long time ago. He is not a boy, he's a fucking ghost.
I pressed the doorbell and then flipped my hood up.
Ding dong.
Charlie opened the door, his eyes focused at about my shoulder height. He'd been expecting someone shorter. He readjusted and then staggered half a step back because Edward's so fucking tall, hovering over.
I'm here to pick up your daughter.
Oh, God. Whoa. Hey. Whoa.
Whoa.
Didn't expect that. Charlie's mind is vacillating between anxiety and humor, and honestly, same.
I live in that world.
At all times.
Go ahead and call me Charlie. I'm a cool cop.
Yeah.
Not like those other cops.
I'm a cool cop.
Here, I'll take your jacket. Edward's like, I'm so glad I wore the jacket.
Yes, I knew that was a good idea.
Have a seat there, Edward. Sir, yes, sir. At ease, soldier. I hear you're getting my daughter to sports.
He says, yes, sir, that's the plan, sir.
Anyway, Bella's like, let's go. I can't stand this. Charlie's like, not too late, Bella. And Edward's like, don't worry, sir. I'll get her back home nice and early, sir. And dry. Bella performed another dramatic groan. She'll be safe with me, I promise, sir. Sir.
They're heading out to the ridiculous Jeep, and Charlie's looking at the Jeep, and he's like, jam! That's a ridiculous Jeep! Wear your Jeep belts.
The rain in her hair affected her scent in a way I hadn't expected. The burn in my throat, which had seemed so stable, seized me in a sudden flare. A groan of pain escaped my lips before I could block it. You smell so good in the rain. Bella then says, in a good way or a bad way? I sighed. Both. Always both.
They're heading into the woods. She's getting jostled around.
Heading to the gym.
Good thing she's wearing her Jeep belt. They get to the end of the road. He's unstrapping her. And she's like, okay, what? And he's like, yeah, now we run the rest of the way. And she's like, oh, another trail. Bella's freaking out. She's like, I don't want to run again. Remember last time you took me running down the hill from the meadow? I literally almost barfed. He's like, okay, she's clearly freaking out. I'm just going to have to distract her. But they kiss.
Yeah, time to jazzle her. This part is so hot. I've always loved this particular scene.
This really is the best kiss of the book. It seems I'm going to have to tamper with your memory. She's like, tampon for my memory.
Good one, Maddie.
Sorry. She's like, tamper with my memory?
I stared deeply into her clear, dark tea eyes. She blinked 4 times fast, her nervous expression shifting to one that was more stunned. Leaning closer, I placed my hands against the hardtop, one on either side of her head.
She backs up, but oh god, the Jeep is right there.
The Jeep is right there.
The Jeep is giant there.
I moved a few inches closer, her eyes closed halfway, her lips parted. Now what exactly are you worrying about?
She blinked fast again and took a gasping breath. Hitting a tree and dying and then getting sick. I hate when I barf after I die.
Slowly, I leaned down and pressed my lips into the small indentation between her collarbones. Her breath caught and her heart fluttered. My lips moved against the skin of her throat. Are you still worried now? It took a moment to find her voice. Yes, she whispered the word, unsure. About hitting trees and getting sick. Slowly, I tilted my face up, tracing the length of her throat with my nose and lips. Bella, you like that? And now, she was breathing in quick pants. Trees! Motion sickness! I brushed my lips up the side of her face, then softly kissed first one eyelid and then the next. Bella, you don't really think I would hit a tree, do you?
You stupid idiot.
No, she breathed, but I might. Slow and deliberate, I kissed my way across her cheek, pausing right at the edge of her mouth. You teased, Edward! Would I let a tree hurt you? She's like, no, I've seen you beat up all those spruce trees, baby. You'd never let it lay a limb on me.
Never.
No. It was almost a coo. No. Now my lips moved lightly against hers as I whispered, you see, there's nothing to be afraid of, is there? No. And then, though I'd only been intending to overwhelm her, I found myself wholly overcome. He kisses her really hard.
Real hard.
This new fire, a fire without pain that ravaged only my ability to think, raged even hotter when her arms wrapped tightly around my neck and her body bowed into mine. Bowed into mine? My bad. Her heat and her pulse were fused against my own form from chest to thigh. I was drowning in sensation. Her lips opened against mine, with mine, and it seemed every part of me could think of nothing but deepening that kiss. Are they about to tongue?
It's tongue time. We're in French. Oui, oui.
Ironically, it was my basest instinct that saved her. Her warm breath surged into Her warm breath surged into my mouth, and my involuntary reflexes reacted. Venom flowed, muscles clenched. It was enough of a shock to bring me back to myself. He just goes,
the venom is squirt. I reeled away from her, feeling her hand slide down my neck and chest. Horror flooded my mind. Damn it, Bella! I gasped, barely hearing the words that twisted out of me. You'll be the death of me! I swear you will! Oh yeah? But would I let a tree hurt you? We're gonna make out. It's your fault that this is wrong! It's
regression. This is Edward regression.
Yeah, this is not character growth and development. This is the opposite.
Character ungrowth and undevelopment.
Boo! This is victim blaming.
Before we get ahead of ourselves, Edward does shudder and feel sickened by himself, so
I guess, you know.
Edward's super pissed. It's time to run now. Get on my back, you fucking bitch. Don't forget to close your eyes, I warned her. Whoosh, they run. Pew!
They arrive and Edward's like, it's over, Bella. And she's like, oh, it is? And then she lets go and falls on her ass on the ground.
Because Edward's so tall.
So tall, she fell so far.
This makes Edward laugh hysterically for whatever reason.
Like
Edward loves slapstick. Someone slipping on a banana peel, kills him. Lol. Bella's really embarrassed that he laughed at her, so she's like, fine, I'm going to the game. Walks the wrong way.
He's like, Bella, that's the wrong way. She's like, oh my god,
I'm going to the game.
He's like, don't be mad that I laughed. And she goes, oh, so you're the only one that's allowed to get mad? Double standard.
I'm never angry with you, I explained. How could I be? Brave, trusting, warm as you are, forgiving, kind, sympathetic, sincere, good, essential, crucial, life-giving. Doesn't say any of this aloud because words of affirmation aren't his thing.
Just the first 3. I can't give her too many treats.
No.
I gotta keep her coming back for more.
Yeah, it's all about the chase.
I lifted her hand from my mouth and pressed it to my cheek. I love you, I told her. It's a poor excuse for what I'm doing, but it's still true. And finally,
Yay!
he says I love you.
Yeah.
About time.
And Bella stares at him with such warmth, such adoration. She's so happy.
She's so happy.
Ooh. It's clearing time. Baseball. Here we go. Emmett's the strong one. Edward's the fast one. Edward can read everyone's mind. Alice can see exactly what's going to happen.
And Esme's the umpire.
Yeah, why would Esme play? Why would Esme participate in anything? No. Honestly, it's shocking they even let her out of the house.
They walk into the clearing. Emmett is like, was that you we heard, Edward, laughing like a f***ing maniac when Bella fell on her ass? It sounded like a bear choking.
Emmett's like, where's the bear?
A bear? Get it! Alice walks over and says, it's time. Just like the movie. It's time. Because this is the most iconic scene in the movie. I love this scene.
They played the song Supernatural by Muse or whatever.
Supermassive black hole.
Supermassive black hole, not supernatural. That's what they call my brain. Supermassive black hole. Anyway.
Work.
It's like a big fancy baseball game. Everyone knows what everyone's gonna do before they even do it. Oh,
The game is underway. Emmett hits the hardest. Edward runs the fastest. Carlisle's knocking it out. Jasper's doing great. Esme's umpiring. Rosalie's being a bitch. It's going down. Bella's super impressed. Edward is happy that Bella's impressed. Everything's going great. Edward's like, wow, she's hanging out with my family. Everything is good. I think this is actually gonna work. Until tragedy. Alice pitches her little leg up pitch.
bah, bah. But all of a sudden, oh! It's a vision. Alice reveals that the strangers, the strange vampires that she saw coming into town, heard the baseball game and were like, ooh, I want to play baseball. Yikes. We're gonna have to deal with this right now. Jasper rocketed to Alice's side almost faster than I'd moved to Bella's. I didn't see, Alice whispered. I couldn't tell. She was comparing visions now. A friendly meeting was a possibility, introductions, a request. Alice realized what had happened. But I was fixated on the fact that Bella was there in this vision quietly in the background.
Oh,
We were in a tight circle at this point. Alice at our center.
The Cullens immediately gather. They're like, huddle,
Huddle! Okay, what do we do? Carlisle leaned close, putting one hand on her arm. What is it, Alice? Alice shook her head quickly. Yeah. Everyone stared at Bella.
This is your fault.
How soon? Carlisle demanded, turning toward me. Less than 5 minutes, I told him. They're running. They want to play. His eyes flashed to Bella again. You have to get her away from here. Can you make it? I shook my head. No, not carrying. How many? Emmett demanded.
3, Alice growled. Emmett snorted. The sound was so at odds with the tension that I could only stare at him blankly. He goes, 3! Let them come. Like I could take them all at once. I'm so strong.
Yeah, Rosalie, watch.
Rosalie, watch. I'm gonna beat these guys up. It's
For
gonna be
you.
For you, babe.
Carlisle's like, let's just continue the game.
Play it cool.
Yeah, social chair Carlisle's like, everyone likes me. I'm gonna smooth this over.
It's gonna be
Don't
fine.
even worry about it.
If we don't make a big deal out of it, they won't think it's a big deal.
Exactly.
We just gotta play it cool. Maybe they won't, smell the incredibly delicious person we brought.
Yeah, easy.
Easy. They all go back to playing, but they're not trying as hard anymore because they have to be on alert.
Yeah, they're just like fake playing baseball
They're
now.
hitting a bunt every other play.
Edward is like, take your hair down to Bella. It wasn't much of a disguise, but the most obviously human thing, besides her scent and her heartbeat, was her skin. She immediately pulled the band from her ponytail and shook her hair out.
Like a Pantene commercial. She's got her hair up. She's like, okay, safety.
Rosalie's like,
How's that?
Oh, you like that? I can do it too.
Oh, yeah? Yeah?
I placed a few locks of her hair in a better position to camouflage her face.
That won't help, Alice murmured. I could smell her from across the field.
I know, I snapped. He's just like, I know it's not gonna help. Okay, I need to keep my hands busy, right? I'm really nervous. Edward taps his foot on the ground to cover up Bella's heartbeat, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, in time with her heartbeats. Just poop, poop, tap, 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 tap. Ba, 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 ba.
No heartbeat here, no heartbeat here, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Everybody leave here, everybody leave here. She's gonna live, she's gonna live, she has to live. I'm sorry, Bella. I breathed just loud enough for her to hear. The strangers were too close for me to risk speaking at a greater volume. It was stupid, irresponsible to expose you like this. I'm so sorry. She just stared at me, whites showing all around her irises. Their movements were audible now. Carlisle turned to face the whisper of their approaching feet, and the others followed his lead. But this is also a very dramatic tableau. They're all just like, yeah, let's just stand like a boy band, not moving.
We have to pose.
You better work.
Frozen, motionless, as if we were hewn from the rock around us. We waited.
Oh, it's about to go down.
Eek! And that's the chapter.
That's chapter 21. The game.
That was kind of like the pre-game. And now we're heading into the game. What's gonna happen?
Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Yay! These vampires eat people and Bella smells so tasty.
Yeah. Hopefully everything works out and no one gets mad.
That's probably what'll happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not worried.
Thanks for watching. Bye, you guys.